As we discussed at the end of our last segment, there were 9 teams vying for those 8 spots, and it came down to the last couple races. And moving on into the Elite 8, we have Yale in the lead, followed by St. Mary's. Let's cue up the rest of the scores here and make sure we get them right. Yale with 14-1, St. Mary's 12-3, Roger Williams 11-4, Boston College 11-4, Georgetown also 11-4, Stanford 10-5, Navy 10-5, and no, that can't be updated. Hold on. There we go. Okay, yeah, Yale, St. Mary's, Navy 11-4, Roger Williams 11-4, Boston College 11-4, and then so 3-way tie there for 3 through 5. Georgetown 10-5, Tufts 10-5, Stanford 10-5 for 6 through 8, and then College of Charleston was the odd team out. Came down to their last race. They're 9-6. They get 9th place in the regatta. They are unfortunately eliminated. That's the end of the regatta. Nick, it was kind of a nail biter between them and Georgetown.
It was awesome. There was tons of great teams, more than 9.
Yep.
Everybody here has brought their game, and unfortunately, some of them are now spectators, but they're probably psyched to stick around and watch what we're watching too.
Yeah. And just to briefly put the viewers in the know of what happened there in that Georgetown-Charleston race, Georgetown was losing the race, but the 1, which was Nevin, rounded the leeward mark clear ahead of the Charleston boat. The Charleston boat then sailed in from clear astern to that leeward position, so the Charleston boat was required to sail their proper course from then on out. And the Charleston boat, potentially inadvertently, it's not clear exactly, we're very far away, but they sailed above their proper course. And it's possible that even they were just kind of changing modes. From here, who knows what actually happened.
I got a little inside scoop.
You did?
Too.
What'd you hear?
Well, that it was, I think somewhere between marks 3 and 4. One boat, for our viewers, is that going to be good for them?
Sure.
That will be good for them. Yep. One boat's coming like this. The one comes in. They get a leeward overlap. They're not pointing ahead, but while they're overlapped, they try to wiggle out of it to get unoverlapped.
Oh.
So as they're behind, they do a big wiggle, and either one of them or the second one perhaps, he goes above proper course. They sail on, they sail on, they sail on. Flags come out.
Oh, okay. Maybe
Flags
conflicting
come out.
reports then.
Every time.
Yeah.
In a call like that for the national championship, who's going to keep playing?
Dude. Unreal.
Yeah, it's going to be controversial.
Wow. Well, either way, I mean, that was a hell of a race. Some super evenly matched teams. In a way, I'm just sad to see Charleston go.
Yeah.
Because they've had a great regatta and they're a great team.
No,
but as you mentioned, a young team. They'll be back.
Yep.
So Cougars, keep your chin held up high. And I think we're in sequence right now. Colton, are you ready to roll on that camera?
Love to not have the camera point at us anymore.
Let's. Can we switch over to Colton on the camera? And we want to see this Roger Williams Boston College race.
He wants to eat, though.
In the last couple seconds. He's
wants
hungry.
to eat.
Colton's so hungry.
Get another shot at Colton.
Boston College, Roger Williams. Roger
20
Williams
seconds.
in red. Boston College in blue. Red and blue. For the viewers
Please,
at home,
set it up.
The viewers at home, the Z420s have been de-rigged. The Z420s are done for the day. The rest of this round robin is going to happen in the FJs. So we're in action. We're racing. The FJs are starting here. This is Roger Williams in red, Boston College in blue. First race of the Elite 8 round. You may remember that at the end of the last round, just a few hours ago, these teams squared off, and Roger Williams won that race.
I mean, it's one race. Right?
So Roger Williams is fresh off the win. There we go. So red and blue. It looks like
that's the one with the good
blue
zoom.
has a deep 6. Not sure what happened there.
Or are they just getting ready?
No, they're
So
going.
Boston College has a deep 6.
How many
But other than that, it's pretty even race
Every
so
now
far.
and then you can take a pair, bring it in on them tight,
Right, that's what I, yeah. that's
and
what I
then
do.
and then take it out. Obviously, I have no idea what you've been doing.
Like these
You can
two
see the
up here.
BC boat coming out of the left side, just tacked over on a
I'll try
port.
and
Pretty wound up. They're rolling into attack. They've taken control of the left. It appears that Boston College is also controlling the right-hand pair, but Roger Williams controls the middle. So pretty even so far between these two teams. Here comes Roger Williams. We've got an engagement on the right-hand side. Nice thing about the Elite 8 round is that the action starts immediately. Cue the air horn.
yeah, we got to cue that thing up. I've heard some reactions from the crowd that they're liking the air horn.
You got to keep that thing live. Air horn app stays out 24/7. Okay, so we have Boston College in blue, Roger Williams in red. A lot of engagement going on towards the back of the race. It is on.
Yeah.
Whew. Nick, we have our work cut out for us with this.
I know, right?
Holy cow.
Kids are keeping us on our toes.
These youngsters are feisty. The old guys trying to call it the way we see it.
Yeah, what awesome team race conditions we have now. Both players on the rail as we predicted. Don't mean to pat ourselves on the back, but sea breeze is up as we thought it might come.
Yeah, and I would anticipate the race committee will take advantage and try to crank out some races here this evening.
Stay tuned, everybody. Get the popcorn going.
Absolutely. Boston College in blue looking strong on the left side of the course.
Dare I say it?
Say it.
145236.
Could be. I think the puffs and shifts are playing a huge...
Yeah, maybe. Roger
Williams is free to the left, so if there's left pressure, I think they're just going to cross right now and it'll be a 1-2.
17 though.
Sorry, Boston College. Sorry. Boston College in the blue.
Yeah, looking strong. In phase and also positioned best to take advantage of the left shift, right?
Yeah, Boston College in blue looking strong. BC looking for a little vengeance after their loss in the last round to Roger Williams. A little bit of a NISA rivalry, maybe a lot of bit of a NISA rivalry. Are we on the blue and the red?
All right, unable to get the ace though, so Roger Williams is going to approach this downwind full of confidence, knowing that they
We have a call from Becca.
have a long downwind to go.
Switching to Becca. Switching to guns. Let's hear it, Becca.
All right, I don't know if you heard Becca, guys, but she's talking about the start and
Black and yellow.
black and yellow.
Should we switch to black and yellow?
I think we should.
Boston College has a pretty good handle on their race against Roger Williams. Let's switch to black and yellow. That's going to be
Black.
Navy in yellow and Georgetown in black.
Hoya's looking strong.
We are on black and yellow, I hope, right now. That's what we're looking to get. Navy in yellow, Georgetown in black. Mesa battle on this side. Two of the top teams in the Mid-Atlantic Conference.
Update on Roger Williams, BC. Roger Williams still looking strong.
No, cancel that. Boston College.
Boston College, sorry. Told you these rotations.
This Elite 8 round is going to be like a rapid-fire event.
Yeah.
We should have done some push-ups before we started this.
You didn't?
You went on a bike ride.
Saw the sea breeze coming in early from Chancellor's Point.
Looks like Black and Georgetown, they are I think they have the one on the far side there, but
Yep.
they also have the 6. So Navy with an opportunity to maybe create a 2-3-4.
Getting
Looks
to
like
work.
They're playing back. Yeah, getting to work, as you say.
Looked like Navy started that engagement a little bit better positioned. Their guy was essentially closer. And look at this.
Staying on the black and the yellow race
Pass
if
back
we can.
happened. 4 got bow out, and the pass back happened quickly. Little concerned, though, boat 6 needs to be all speed here. Don't want to get vulnerable to the right.
Navy has sailed awesome
Yeah,
this weekend.
overachievers, perhaps.
Yes.
What'd they get in the Mesa Championship?
3rd place.
Okay.
And, a good 3rd. They were right there. But this black and yellow race, I think that's where our cameras are, I hope. And Georgetown in black with the 1, but Navy looking 2-3-4, so advantage Navy, play 2.
Yeah, coming into the event, I don't know if we would have said opening races of the Great 8, Navy would be rounding in front of Georgetown with a solid 2-3-4.
I wouldn't have. But, it's all about peaking at the right time. It's a long season, but you want to do well in May and June.
1:30 on our next start. That's Jumbo's Seahawks.
I think we're still hopefully looking at the black and yellow here. Another update across the course, just an update that Boston College still appears to be holding on to their 1-2 combo against Roger Williams. So advantage BC in the first race of the round.
No ace for them, though.
Navy still looking strong in yellow against Georgetown, 2-3-4.
I love watching the 156 condense at Mark III.
Yes, we had some good views of that in the last round. We're getting a great angle on the first beat. Yesterday we were struggling to get the first beat, but I'm glad we've got it today because there's a lot of action. People are engaging early in the race. Can we pan over to orange and green?
I like that. Yeah, let's see the
Let's check
start.
out orange and green. That is going to be Tufts in orange, St. Mary's in green. They're in the last 20 seconds.
St. Mary's again, strong at the pin. John Wallace usually down there, and yeah, that's them.
St. Mary's in green looking well positioned for a pin end start. But they have a boat spinning at the committee boat end. St. Mary's with really only 2 boats getting off the line cleanly.
But that Tufts boat is, that last Tufts boat's pretty deep as well. Slow, probably just crossing the line now. John Wallace winning out of the pin. Surprised they didn't tack there. Little out of sync now with, he's going to double tack, but just slightly out of sync. See if he can stay bow forward.
Oh, we have another spin here. Tufts must have just gotten red flagged.
Big advantage for St. Mary's.
Doing a
He's got the
720.
ride and little change of positions there. A new middle boat for St. Mary's as John Wallace in boat 15 goes right. Sailing with John Wallace, I believe, is Allison Shane. Other crews are Nicole Angeli, Kelly Merriman. Fletcher Sims is the other driver, along with Joshua Greenslade.
Updates from the other races. Boston College about to finish the race in the 1-2 against Roger Williams, so that one's over. Count that one for Boston College. And around the far leeward mark, Mark 4, Navy still in a 2-3-4 against Georgetown, but very close.
Bummer we missed that 156 I wanted to see, but
Looks like Navy
can't watch them all.
You can't, and Navy handled it nicely. I kept an eye across the course for you, Nick, and Maddie Cohen on the chat board says Jumbo's versus St. Mary's Battle of the Campfire at Northfield.
Maddie Cohen knows about that campfire.
Who has a better campfire? I think St. Mary's right now has a better campfire.
Right now, yep. Oh, yeah.
Nice job, St. Mary's. They took advantage of a little right pressure and right shift. And all three boats are looking speedy.
Yeah.
Should we go back to the last beat of black and yellow? Am I being premature in calling for that? It looks crazy over there.
I like the last beat. Let's do that.
Black and yellow, that's Georgetown and black and navy and yellow.
Ooh.
Georgetown has gotten back into it.
Totally turned it on them. Looks like a pass back in the happening right now.
236-145 is what it's going to end up being.
Looks like it. Here's a big pass back that needs to happen with 4 in the middle for Navy. Hard to see the sail numbers.
Big swoop down by Georgetown, swooping in, getting the lock.
Another lock.
Up their, I think Georgetown's going to go play 2 out
Oh
of
yeah,
this.
they're full on play 2.
Georgetown had been in a 1-5-6.
That was Nevin Snow in boat 11 doing a lot of that work, getting into play 2.
Nevin's crew, Katia De Silva, also won B Division at the Mesa Women's Championship as a skipper in dominant fashion. I have a sneaking suspicion she's pretty awesome at sailing. So
Yeah.
that helps. Nice job, Nevin and Katia.
How about that for a coach, John?
Yeah.
You get a lady who can skipper at a really high level on the women's side, and then also be your best crew as well. Probably she might be a all-American doubleheader.
You love it. I think you love that.
And how many of those? I wish I'm not.
I think
Big
Georgetown
history buff.
Georgetown just muffed it, I think.
Enough about history. Another dial down. Hello.
Nevin, again, at least his 3rd or 4th dial down in the regatta. He's good at it.
He's gonna make you earn your duck.
Going
You're
for
another.
5. And they were effective.
Yeah.
That looked like that really helped the 2-3-4 stay together.
Yeah. So, I mean, he
Wow, nicely done.
just makes every duck hurt so much more, it seems.
Update from the St. Mary's versus Tufts race, Battle of the Campfires. St. Mary's still looks strong with a 1-2-5. But let's stick with this race to the finish here because Navy, the midshipmen, are not done yet.
Yeah, we're with yellow and black, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yellow and black.
Georgetown in black over Navy. Nevin I believe that's them, just gets ahead. Gets that vital cross in the end. Georgetown now just setting up that area of the race course where they're just going to try and get into a place where they can get on starboard and fetch.
Once again, Georgetown, 2nd race in a row where they've rounded the leeward mark in a kind of tough losing situation and turned it into a winner. They just surprised Charleston a little while ago, and now they're going to surprise Navy.
All right, let's take it back. Leading into Mark III, we have green.
Green and orange.
Green and
St. Mary's
orange.
in green, Tufts in orange. St. Mary's
Seahawks.
rounded the leeward mark in a 1-2. What do they have now?
They're 1-2-5, I'd say. Although they're going to need help on the inside.
Somebody's got a piece of them.
Yeah, so we'll see. Looks like Josh Greenslade in a bit of a pickle, and John Wallace going to try and clean it up.
Wallace is in position to do so.
Yeah, he now has him hooked to leeward, and this is going to get cleaned up nicely. We'll see Wallace probably delay. Slight delay of the rounding.
St. Mary's also has an ace.
And John Wallace, I believe he got clear ahead. He needs to.
Oh, he got a luff there. He's now clear ahead, but he
Took him
got
a little
hooked
bit.
for a second.
Good.
Tufts had a piece of him.
Good job from the jumbo there. Pretty far away. Sorry, fans, can't tell you exactly who that one is. But they did a good job to keep John Wallace honest there. St. Mary's, though, looking strong going in the last beat.
Yeah, Seahawks looking composed.
Coming to the close of the first flight.
Looks,
Good one so far, huh?
Yeah, so far so good. The
All
nice
the
thing
races,
is we're
great.
only using the FJs right now, so the Z420s are de-rigged. The FJs, there's 3 flights worth, so we actually do get a moment where there's only one race on the race course right now. So we can actually just,
Take her in.
man.
That was an awesome first round.
Every round is going to be
Seahawks looking
ridiculous.
strong here on this last beat. Sure, the Jumbos will make it interesting here.
So far this round we had Boston College beating Roger Williams,
Yeah, actually.
Georgetown beating Navy, and it looks like St. Mary's beating Tufts on the course right now.
I'm a
Although
little concerned,
It ain't over.
for sure.
it ain't over.
The
Nick's a little
Seahawks,
concerned.
yeah, the Seahawks. You can see the one John Wallace having to reach down there. He was
Yeah.
a bit concerned that the Jumbo was tied with his man on the left.
Big
Meanwhile,
shearing righty over
yeah.
there.
Meanwhile, with the big righty, Tufts is able to stack that side.
I think in this scenario, they should be thinking in the back of their head, we could always just go play 4 if needed.
I think the Seahawks are going to be all right, but in that righty, definitely a little fear factor here. St. Mary's looking like they're in last.
On the green and orange.
I'm dead wrong. St. Mary's is not in last. Still looking strong.
Looking strong. Seahawks looking strong.
Again, sorry, fans at home.
We're doing our best.
I'm not biased.
Nick is biased.
I'm
everybody.
not biased.
Nick's biased.
Not biased.
But you know that's going to keep it interesting because you have a horse in the race.
Yeah. I think they're going to be in it to the end.
We haven't seen Yale yet. The opening round of opening race of the next round here, race 124, is going to be Yale and Stanford. So stand by for that shortly here. Stanford with something to prove, and Yale looking pretty much unbeatable so far, aside from Georgetown. It's the only loss they have.
I think this round it's going to be a little different. I'm not saying that Yale's going to take more losses. I just think all their races are going to be hard on them.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Not saying.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Seahawks have really extended here on Tufts. The battle of the campfire
Yeah.
is going to go the way of the Seahawks.
Seahawks jumping over the fire with feet to spare.
They own the real estate. It's their fire, for
Yeah.
crying out loud.
Yeah.
You guys were just borrowing
Probably
it.
Tufts would though.
I really like this
They
Tufts
bring
team.
like their own axemen. No.
I like this Tufts team. I don't think this is an indication that they are down and out by any stretch.
No. Maybe they'll be the team that takes down, takes down their NISA neighbor.
So as this St. Mary's team wraps it up with a 1-2-3, we're waiting on the next flight to start. Yale versus Stanford will be the two teams there. Yale is going to be in red. Stanford's going to be in blue. And I'd love to see Stanford push this one hard. They need to.
I'm ready to see Stanford light it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, pre-regatta favorites. I think this could be a story where you see perhaps one slip away from them, but they could assert their dominance here. I don't know. It's a stacked team, awesome coaching staff. They got Clinton and John here now.
Yep. Great
Adam
team.
Roberts out there coming sometimes from San Francisco and helping them out.
He's pretty good, no doubt. Yeah, they have a pretty cool thing going out there in San Francisco. They have a huge group here. I think they have 15 sailors is the official number at this regatta. You can only sail 6 at a time, but I think 10 or 12 of them have already been racing. So They have.
They put in the checking line yesterday.
They did. Yeah, we've been encouraging them to just put in the checking line and try to clear this thing out a little bit. Who is the enforcer? That's what I want to know.
I think it's Kieran Chung.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're right.
I saw him playing wiffle ball earlier.
Well, it's official. St. Mary's beats Tufts. 1-2-3. Nice sailing by St. Mary's there. That was not an easy race. St. Mary's looked like a little bit of wheels there.
Yeah.
Looking speedy.
Yeah. We got the advantage and ran.
What are the class years on those St. Mary's sailors? Do you have that?
They're on their final lap, a lot of them here.
A lot of seniors?
Yep. Fletcher Sims, a 14. Joshua Greenslade, a 14. John Wallace, a 14. Kelly Merriman, a 14. Nicole DeAngeli, a 14. And Allison Shane, a 15.
Wow. So, almost all seniors. One junior. No, yeah, one junior.
Most of them
Holy cow.
done this before. And they got a good young crop next in line.
Oh, I'm sure they do. It's nice to have that with everybody the same class year, though. That's cool.
How could you not, though? You you show a kid this. I mean, if you high schoolers are watching out there right now, and you look at this, I mean, it's not every day like this, but it's pretty. You're pretty set as a St. Mary's sailor for sure.
That might be why they've won this regatta 5 times in history.
Yep.
And they just beat Tufts, who has also won it 5 times.
To be fair, each college team has their own little special place. You went to Hobart.
No doubt.
You got love for your Lake Geneva.
You got it. Seneca Lake. Props. Finger Lakes is my home sweet home.
Jumbos love their Mystical Lake.
Yep.
One of college sailing's most radical venues.
They have an awesome new boathouse up there.
Yeah, haven't seen it yet.
Well, college sailing is a great opportunity to do a whole lot of practicing against great sailors, get some good coaching. Water break? Yeah, could you for me? Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
We're not quite yet back to the next round here. We're waiting on the Yale and Stanford race. It's going to be Yale in red, Stanford in blue. I think they're just waiting for the last group to rotate here, and then we'll have a rapid-fire sequence. Go to scores.collegesailing.org and check out the rotation. It should be updated there. This flight, we have Yale versus Stanford, Roger Williams versus Navy, and St. Mary's versus Boston College. So it's no joke. It's going to keep on going rapid fire. These teams are vying to make it into the Final Four. And the Final Four will take place tomorrow on Championship Monday.
Yeah.
And Yale...
Strong.
If Yale continues
2, 3, 4.
their winning
Strong.
ways, it could potentially be a moot point because there's only 3 races per team during the Final Four, and so Yale is controlling their destiny. If they continue to win out, then it'll be a battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. They're a pretty dominant team thus far. I just heard the 3-minute horn sound, so maybe we can spin it around, go to red and blue on the starting line. Red and blue on the starting line. Right on. This is Yale in red, Stanford in blue. They're within 3 minutes. Nick and I are ready to go. We are fired up
Hydrate.
about this Yale-Stanford race. I might be a little biased. I think I'm rooting for Stanford here just because they've had such a tough go of it so far. They came into the regatta. They lost 2 races right away. They've got a ton of supporters here. They got a lot of players here.
I think, though, also as totally unbiased commentators that we are,
Yes.
we'd like to see the leaders get knocked down a notch, perhaps. I mean, to be fair, no offense to the Yale fans out there, but we want to see a Final Four where
Of course.
4 teams
Yes.
can win it.
Absolutely. All right. As the sequence goes on, we're zooming in on red and blue. Red is Yale. Blue is Stanford. Yale is your regatta leader with only 1 loss thus far.
Stanford leading in at the pin. Trailing in the middle boat. That pair's pretty deep in the box. And ooh, interesting stuff at the boat. Looks like the blue color or the red boat's gonna lead them in. A little early again down at the pin. It's gonna take some boat handling to get around.
Stanford's pushing that pin. They got 2 boats stacked up, I think,
Yeah.
at the pin there.
I think I like how red's stacked up a little bit better right now.
We're seeing a fair number of teams be kind of late to the starting line. Maybe there's some current.
This is like everybody's down there. I mean, no one's coming out of here.
Here they go, coming up to go.
It's like
Ooh,
clean. Wow. 1 boat over.
somebody's over.
Graham Landy.
Boat 2 clears themselves.
was
That's
over.
Yale. Just
Took a
cleared
while.
himself. Yeah, we're all clear at this point.
Took
Advantage.
him a while. He's still going
Stanford.
down. Did he ever get down? He was standing the whole time trying to get down. Didn't look like they were fully committed to getting below the line, and now deep.
Stanford has a horse way out on the right already. And a left-hand boat tacking back towards boat 1.
Johnny, I think we got an update from Becca out there on the water.
Hey there, Becca.
Hey guys, Stanford certainly came out of the blocks being the more aggressive team at the start on that one. Yale looked like they were just hoping to get off the line clean and use the speed that they've been using over the past few days. But Graham Landy over at the boat end had trouble clearing himself, so start certainly went to Stanford.
Right on. Thanks, Becca. That's a good update. Becca Dellenbaugh checking in from on the water. She's on a motorboat out there watching the action.
Stanford controlling the right.
Yale's got to scrap this one a little bit. They certainly are not out of it, but they have a deep 6.
I think they're 5-6.
Who's their pony in the 1-2 there? The lead,
Yeah, the dude with the funny hat.
Ian Barrows.
Yeah.
So freshman Ian Barrows with the pressure on, he's got to hold this together to let his teammates back into the race.
He's thinking he's the one, and I think he's right.
I think he's going to try to keep the 1 and
Oh, 16's got a piece.
he probably wants to get the 1, right? I mean,
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta run. Say, sorry, teammates. I'll see you at Mark 3.
Yes, indeed. Stanford looking like a 2-3-4. So this will be a big test of Stanford's cover scheme and discipline around the whole race course. This is just the first beat.
Barrow's definitely in the 1. Dare I say it? Am I wrong? I might be wrong. No, I think I'm right.
I think you're right.
But I'd say
Stanford winning the race right now.
Yeah, I
no
mean,
doubt.
the Yaleys are like 4 lengths, 5 lengths back, maybe more.
Yeah, let's stick with this one for a second.
Always interesting to see how they get around Mark 1. Will the freshman bump early? Will he try and bump? Looks
think
like
he
he's
will.
coming in
Yeah.
for a bump.
As you say it, he starts to do it.
So
I would bump at the mark and then go from there. You know,
You got
get
it,
it condensed.
but you got to on a run like he's about to go down. You need to go around Mark 2 with 4 lengths to survive.
Especially with the Yale Bulldogs chasing
And that's
you. Sorry, the Stanford Cardinal chasing you.
yeah. And I think he's doing
Doesn't
the
really
right thing.
matter.
I wouldn't bump him a bit. For a brief moment, he came down, but that was when Stanford was all in one area, and low risk. He killed all of them. In which I was kind of surprised. He came in and he did it.
There he goes. Well, now he's out. Now he's
I
following
think-
your advice, Nick. He knows. Keep the one. He's running. He wants his 4-length buffer. I think that's a good rule of thumb there. And this race will be awesome. Let's keep watching this if we could. I want to see Yale losing the race right now, 1-5-6, but winning the regatta. I want to see what they can do.
All right.
Bring it.
Sorry. Maybe as we watch that, we could get a call in from Becca. That could be cool.
I don't know how we would do that.
No? A text message, perhaps?
That's tricky. That's tricky. I don't know. I think there's a bunch of stuff about to go down. Oh, Becca, calling. Ask and you shall receive. Becca, how you doing?
2, 3, 4.
Hello.
Becca, how's it going down there at the start line?
Good. That was a very highly contested race. Both teams feeling very, very aggressive at the start. Definite edge goes to Roger Williams, looking pretty good on the left side of the course. And hopefully Navy can get back in this one.
Nice.
Thanks, Becca. That's great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I as much as I love Roger Williams and Navy, I think we should stick with Yale and Stanford. Are you in agreement, Nick?
No doubt.
No doubt. Okay. Let's stick with the red and the blue. We have the regatta leader, Yale, in red, losing this race in a 1-5-6.
So we want to keep our eyes on the trailing 3 boats here. The whole game is played with those trailing 3 boats.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a big split happening already. We have one Stanford boat getting suckered high by the 5, while the last place Yale boat is sailing fast down the course.
Some of those Stanford, Stanford boats already, I think, need to balance, and looks like their 2-3 is a little bit far away here.
I think Yale even has a piece of them on the far side.
Coming
there.
back on starboard.
Yeah.
Coming back on starboard for sure.
Yale's going to try to sucker that last Stanford player. Yale wants to turn this into a 1-4-5 right now. No
That's
question.
Graham Landy low and Chris Sagerbloom cleaning it up.
Okay. They're engaged. Advantage Yale. Turning it into a 1-4-5.
Is Sagerbloom bow forward now? That's the question. Ooh.
Yes. Advantage Yale. 1-4-5.
All right, so I think that's Kevin Labe last now. And I thought they might have been bow forward, but he didn't have the same confidence, and now he's fighting for the inside. They have a slight piece, but Sagerbloom breaks the overlap.
A little boat speed showing from Yale there, getting a piece of that and making that happen pretty quick there.
Wow.
Mark 3 is going to be pretty exciting here. Let's stay with this one.
I was just Yale getting on the offensive more than Stanford. Did they not think that?
I think Stanford was hoping they could just get through the race with the win.
They did not think that the Yaleys were going to come at them?
Well, if they thought that, they were mistaken. Okay, here we come into the mark. We see the lead Yale boat going slow, trying to condense things. Stanford is in blue. They're losing the race. Stanford's losing the race 2-3-6 right now.
Stanford's got a guy in a funny hat as well, doing the big mark trap right now.
Right
Who would that be? Kiernan, maybe?
There's too many of them to keep track of.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, as they round.
He's doing a good job. Yale unable to clear him out. But Sagerbloom cleaning it up again.
Nice job, Yale, hanging on to that 1-4-5. Stanford pressured on here in the 2-3-6. They got to get around this mark, and they need to execute.
Sego's been the businessman here.
Be a good nickname for him. The business
Wow,
man.
Landy's just how perfectly set up is that? The guy who's probably could be the fastest guy on the course is the one coming through.
It's a slow rounding down there. Everybody is down speed.
Stanford gonna try and peel the banana here on the last beat.
Here we
Going
go.
to last beat, Johnny. You want to be a 1-4-5, or you want to be a 2-3-6?
You know, I think when you get to this level, it doesn't matter which one you're in. You know what to do in both situations. It's all about who's got the execution down.
My early sense of what's going on now is advantage for Yale.
Yeah, Yale in red.
Okay. Yeah, especially with red able to tack there. And now it's red going to go left.
We got a
3.
They're pinned on the far side here. So
Blue.
Stanford has they've freed up their 6.
Yes.
Their 6 is now going right uncontested. I think Yale is trying to turn this into a play 1 up the middle.
I think you're right. I think that's their only hope at this point. And I think they're going to...
I think they're probably going to do it.
They're pretty well...
Oh, we have a flag. We have a red flag on Stanford.
Right as Yale seeming to be going play 1. Stanford gets dinged. I have no idea for what.
Me neither. There was several exchanges there, so...
It looked like, though, no, there was a tack into a overlap with a luff soon thereafter. Maybe not enough room to keep clear from the Stanford boat.
Pushing it hard.
Oof. What can Stanford do now? I think they're chasing a 1-2 here late. I don't know what they can do.
Yeah, they need to steal the 1 or get into a 2-3. I mean, they have the 6 at this point. Let's see how it goes. We're watching the far side of the course. Yale in red, Stanford in blue. There's some boats going downwind, so don't get confused. Some other boats going upwind. Yale in red is looking strong.
Yeah, they have hooked into a little left shift. They might not, I'm talking about Stanford now, may not be in last, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
True statement. Yeah, they just got the cross. So Yale does have a 6, making it imperative that they get the 1-2.
And they're playing this well, Yale. They're patient because they have the distance they need to tack where they need to tack to continue to run away.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. I think they're good sailors. They really know how to time their tacks with small changes in pressure and angle. And they seem to be gaining just a little bit. At least this left side pair, Yale seems to be extending on every tack.
Maybe we should,
Let's check this last cross.
all right.
All right. There are a lot of other races going on.
It's hard. You want to watch all of them, but there's one more cleanup here.
Matty Cohen says, switch views. Yale has this one. Let's just give me a second, Matty. I just want to see the cross.
One last cleanup. It's getting light up there.
We could switch over to the Seahawks and Boston College in orange and green on the first beat. Orange and green, I think, is our next play. It looks
Let's
like
do
Yale.
it. Yeah.
Yale's got it. Nice job, Yale, beating Stanford. Switching over to orange and green here. That's St. Mary's in orange, BC in green.
Looks like St. Mary's looking pretty strong, I'd say. Potential play 1 for them. 9 has to do their own work against 14. That's the most advantaged Boston College. And as the breeze shifts to the left, it's helping BC stay in this race.
Yeah, that was a big left shift. They're fetching, no doubt.
Wow.
Ooh, scrappy. A little tough. Setting up on port tack there. Yeah, looks like
Boston College, I believe in last.
some tight stuff. Do we have Becca on the line, I think. Hopefully Becca has some insight. Becca, take us through it.
Hi, we were just following the Navy Roger Williams lured mark rounding. Despite Roger Williams having a 1-2 around Mark 3, they ended up in a play 4 at Mark 4 after lots of yelling, lots of umpire calls, but lots of green flags. And the Roger Williams boat in boat 4, who's currently in 5th in the race, doing an absolute number on Navy boat in 6th to keep the ace there.
Nice. Good stuff. That looks like an exciting race. So much good racing out here. That race is on its last beat right now, up to the finish. Thank you, Becca.
Meanwhile, St. Mary's rounding Mark 2 with a big sphincter opportunity as well.
Are they 1, 2, 3 right now?
Yeah.
Hello. St. Mary's with a big advantage over Boston College. Nice job.
Didn't do much with that, though.
Yeah, why did they not gap there more?
Let's see if he's spinning. No. Seems to be coming. Where is he going?
He's got it spinning.
Yeah.
Okay. So now...
Missed opportunity.
Yeah, St. Mary's is now just in a 1-2-6, so much less strong. But it's kind of a punched out 1-2-6.
That's what we're looking at, right, Dan?
Yep.
What do you think, Dan?
It's pretty amazing. Good sailing. Wind's died down a bit.
Sure.
How does it go out of focus?
It is lightening up. Coming a little bit more of a boat handling game. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple 42 calls. People.
Ah, yeah. You forget the umpire's even watching you.
It's not that I think the players are pushing their boats to the max, but they put each other in such tight situations. They get themselves really down speed.
Yeah.
And then, and they're athletes. They know how to make their boat accelerate. They get themselves down speed and have to.
Maybe we should check in with Roger and Navy. Looks like a tough one up at the towards the finish line. Colton, can you take us over to yellow and black? Yellow and black is approaching the finish. That's Roger Williams in yellow.
Solid color mainsails.
Not Navy in black. Advantage Navy, I guess.
Yeah.
Navy has the 6, though.
Furthest left Roger Williams boat. Keeping him in it. Can 10 get to him? Can 11 get to him? Ooh, 10's going to try with the tack.
Okay, so that's Roger Williams has the 1. It's Roger Williams 145 at this point, approaching the finish line.
You guys are in charge of Becca.
Okay.
Navy a little bit slow to engage. Is that Roger Williams, the second Roger Williams boat fetching, you think, John?
I don't know, no. The finish line is off to the right there.
Okay, they need...
Roger Williams 145, they need to hang on to this.
Okay, Navy needs to slide someone back on that Roger Williams boat. Last thing Navy wants is Roger Williams.
This is yellow and black that we're following here. Let's make sure we're on yellow and black.
Last thing Roger Williams wants is Navy going out around the back. Here they're going to go for the jive out
from Roger Williams. Meanwhile, a aggressive hunt.
Ooh, now can Navy?
By the 1.
Okay, after the tack, can Navy still get to that guy?
Roger Williams needs to clamp down on the 6 and make sure they have that.
Navy just not well.
Ooh! Oh, foul! Red flag for the 1.
Ooh,
That
game
equal
changer.
That is going to make it a Navy win. Roger Williams gets the red flag just maybe 10 boat lengths from the finish line.
I was just thinking about, after Rebecca's last report, she's talking about how, she said after the start how they were really fired up, lots of spinning and activity. Then she comes back with a second report at Mark III saying how there was lots of calls
Feisty
for
race,
feisty. And then here, 20 yards from the finish.
Jeez Louise.
Did you see, how'd that go down?
I think it might have been that they dialed down hard and then they tacked into a very tight port tack lee bow. Maybe they tacked a little too close there. Maybe there was just too much course changes. You know, these umpires, they'll tell you that really the most important rule in the rule book is 16.1, which is, you know, when a right-of-way boat changes course, they have to give the giveaway boat an opportunity to keep clear. So if I had to bet, that maybe was it, but who the hell knows? It was pretty far away.
And
Roger Williams.
If you're going to place a bet on which rule it would be, it's usually that one.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, Roger Williams lost to Boston College in the first flight. Am I right about that? I think I am. And they just lost to Navy in the second flight. So one of my picks for the Final Four is having a tough go of it so far in the Elite 8 round.
I'll pull up some scores.
Yeah, Nick will double check that for us. If I'm not careful here, I'm going to run out of iPad battery.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You got some chords.
True. Yeah,
Man, still got that skunk. Someone got it earlier.
Yeah, they did. Let's zoom back in on St. Mary's and Boston College. They're the only boats in the course right now. We have St. Mary's in orange, Boston College in green. St. Mary's was dominating this earlier. Looks a bit tighter now.
Much tighter. Much tighter.
Nick, I'm just going to step to the side and go get a charger for the iPad, so you're on your own for a second, okay, buddy?
Sure. Yeah, St. Mary's could be in last here, and has definitely a 2-3. This is going to be a close finish. Although, judging from their actions, doesn't look like they're all that concerned. So maybe my angle is wrong. It seems like they are going for a play one when they were in play two. And Boston College has got full grip on that boat that's trying to become the 2 and a 1-2. I don't know if there's enough racetrack to the right for St. Mary's to pull this off, but maybe there is. Going here for a last pass back of the beat. St. Mary's advancing, getting more and more bow out. Is there enough racetrack such that the second boat can get on the starboard? I think there will be. The 1 peels out, now the 2 peels out. St. Mary's is going to take it 1-2-6. Wow. Got a little dicey. Breeze probably average of 6 knots maybe. And already again, race committee are sounding the preparatory signal. Up next is going to be the Stanford Cardinal versus Georgetown Hoyas. Cardinal in red, Hoyas in blue. It's all FJs now. The Z420s were put to bed. take us through some scores. Yale Bulldogs at 15-1. Two races ahead of St. Mary's College at 13-3. Boston College one race back at 12-4, but perhaps more. Not sure if that's updated. U.S. Naval Academy at 12-5. Georgetown at 11-5. Roger Williams at 11-6. Stanford at 10-6. Tufts at 10-6. But really, the scorecard only tells us so much, because when a round robin is not complete, the data is somewhat inaccurate.
But the good teams are still being very consistent, aren't they, up there, Nick?
Yeah, everybody can take races from everybody else. So even good teams are going to take some losses. They're all good teams now. Coming into a final approach of the start. We got their second race. Second race of the Elite Eight. Stanford Cardinal versus Yale. Is that right? No. Yes?
No, we already saw the Stanford. Yeah, I think it's Stanford Georgetown now.
Thank you. Third flight. Some of them have had to, this will be their second. Don't have me look at that rotation.
All right, I'll look at it for you, Nick. Stanford in red, Georgetown in blue. Coming up to the start. Last 10 seconds or so, I think, right now.
Going to be a down speed start at the pin.
It hasn't been pretty at the pin yet today, has it?
No. You're a pin starter, weren't you?
That's correct, yeah.
Maybe we're just
Biased.
yeah.
We're biased on everything.
I think we were better than we were.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Okay, they're off the line. Oh, we have Becca calling in with a report from the starting line. Becca, how we doing? How'd that start look?
So a little tough start for Stanford, who got a little bunch at the pin and had trouble finding lanes off the line. Definitely advantage Georgetown.
Okay, advantage to Georgetown in blue. Becca, why is it so hard for them to get off at the pin today? Are you seeing anything in particular?
Yeah, you're right. Seems like when the breeze is down, especially, teams have been a little far away from the line and maybe not accounting for the drop in pressure, so we're not getting back quick enough. And once there's a little bit of bad air, it's sort of really, really tough to get back.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. Well, it looks scrappy out there. Thanks, Becca. Anything else that we should be looking at?
That's good for now. Hopefully, this Yale Tufts match should be a good one too. But we're hoping, fingers crossed, breeze picks up a little more again.
All right. Copy that. Thanks, Becca. Over and out.
Bye.
We got Stanford and Georgetown on the screen. Hoyas in blue.
Could be a play two here for the Hoyas, maybe coming together.
Yeah, no doubt. Looking strong. For a while, I thought they were going to be play one, but the most advanced Stanford boat showing some speed and keeping that one sliver of hope alive. The one.
The one. It's called the one. It's the one sliver. Yeah, Georgetown, they are known as a 2-3-4 team. They do a lot of play two. They're pretty solid at it, pretty crisp. Sometimes they have a tendency to over team race, to engage a little bit too hard. But when the play two is going well, it can be really hard to break up. So we'll see how they do it here.
Guys are all of them are showing just great boat handling.
Yeah.
This is the type of breeze where tacks really help. You're going to gain out of the tacks, and so if you can't at least keep up with the guy next to you, it's going to be hard to win.
I think you don't probably get here unless you're already great with your boat handling. I can recall back to being a little unsure about your tacks when you're facing off against a really good boat, but you don't want that to happen when you're like a junior and a senior. Maybe as a freshman you're a little worried. Ian Barrows seems unfazed for Yale, but
wow, that was he did a great job that last win for them. I was kind of doubting him. He was in a tight spot. We both might have had slivers of doubt, or perhaps we just wanted to keep this regatta close.
Yeah.
But looked like textbook play on every leg.
Yeah, Georgetown looks to be maybe in a teeny bit of trouble on the far right side. They're bow back on the Stanford boat, and Stanford appears to be pinching them off.
All right.
We're hearing from Stanford parent next to us that might be Kieran Chung pinching off Nevin Snow. So a little
love that.
Southern California battle.
Love that.
Keeping it real. Those guys have probably sailed against each other since they were.
Southern California, mellow.
Keeping it mellow, actually, is what they do in Southern California. So here we go.
Look at this weird place that the one is in right now.
145236. Yeah, if you're what is he doing up there? 145236 as we round Mark 1. Now, Georgetown won their first race of this flight, this round robin against Navy. So Georgetown on a little bit of a streak. They were on the verge of elimination in their scrappy battle against College of Charleston. Maybe not even going to make it to the Elite 8 round. And then here they are doing some good things. All right, I have a report from Becca. Maybe. Nope, never mind. Sorry, Becca, I hung up on you.
Pocket dial.
Becca, how's it going? What are you seeing out there?
It's good. I think the biggest thing I noticed from this start is that Yale has been very, very consistent and conservative. They're not going for the big plays. They're not really engaging unless they have to. And, you know, except Chris Sagerbloom, who got flagged at that start for 42. But other than that, his teammates just get off the line clean and use their speed after that. So Yale has been very impressive when they're able to get two boats off the starting line. They're pretty launched, pretty untouchable. Yeah,
Yale's been amazing so far. You said that Sago got nipped for 42. What violation was it in particular?
It looks like it was sculling at the pin. Few boats have been having a little bit of trouble getting around the pin. Maybe a little bit left, but yeah, I think he was doing a little more sculling than he was supposed to. We did also just hear from the race committee that I think they're going to shorten up this beat after the race that just went off. So I don't know if that's to try to get a few more off by the end of the day or what, but they're going to shorten the course a little bit.
Gotcha. Maybe just accommodating the slightly dying breeze here. All right. Thanks, Becca. Talk to you soon.
Are we watching Yale? Excellent.
Okay. Yale in yellow there, right?
Yeah. They're still in last, so I think they're still in last anyway. Sagerbloom does look to be in some pretty good pressure here.
Looks like a textbook Yale 1-2 combination. They've been finding themselves in a lot of those thus far. I think it may be worth even not watching this. What do you guys think? Maybe not.
They are winning the regatta. So if there's
true statement,
there's the younger generation are watching. You know, I think
yeah.
we should show them what we think we're
Document.
seeing the best.
Okay. Yep. Well, you know, at some point we'll watch the Yale Bulldogs here. do their thing, and then
There's gonna hear left shift. Navy's in it. There's gonna need some cleanup here.
it looks like off your screen that Stanford is still hanging on to a 145 against Georgetown, just so you know.
See, big lefty Yale needing to balance, and took them a while to get going, and the breeze just kept going left, and so this balance may be a little too late with Navy. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
in
look
Yale's
at that.
defense, I mean, that is a big
That's
lefty.
a big lefty. That was a big lefty. So Yale now in a 1-3-4.
I was halfway into critiquing them, and then the breeze just kept going left.
What are they doing? Oh.
But Navy with a hope. We got Graham Landy. Do you know who sells
I don't off the top of my head.
with Landy? I believe.
Stanford is still hanging on to their 145, just so
Elena,
everybody knows.
perhaps? But Landy's going to go at him hard and try and convert this probably in all the way to a 1-2-3 with the spacing they have.
Yeah, can he get a hook on there,
I
maybe?
could see him
Yep, got a hook.
going for the whole enchilada. Nope.
Oh, no, looks like he's happy enough with a 1-2.
Kind of wanted to see the whole enchilada.
Just hold him.
Yeah.
I agree.
They got the space.
There was a green flag for that.
Here we go. He's passed it off to the other guy to
Yeah,
do,
Barrows
perhaps.
has a piece of him. Barrows
Barrows-
also doesn't go with it, though. These guys are in danger of getting doubly luffed.
Yeah. No, Navy guy in the middle here.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. But, yeah, a little lackadaisical from the...
I think Navy's on the outside, actually. Navy has
Yeah.
a full starboard advantage.
Yeah, lackadaisical indeed from the Eli's.
They're not phased.
No, I think...
Unimpressed.
Yeah, they're going fast, but Navy still with the hope.
I think we should switch over to red and blue here, guys. Red and blue is Stanford and Georgetown. It's a 1-4-5-2-3-6 in the last beat. That's a classic. Stanford in red, Georgetown in blue. And it's all on. Stanford had a 1-4-5 around the leeward mark.
Let's pick it up after a bunch of donuts from half the fleet.
Somebody was doing some circles.
Yeah. As it shakes out, advantage the Cardinal.
Yeah.
Lefty
Yeah,
with Stanford to the left of most of the competition.
Yeah, the red boats for Stanford are looking good. Georgetown's bow out on the far side, but I think they're that's their only hope. If that
Righty,
bow out
righty,
boat-
yeah.
a righty, then they might have a 1-4-5. Looks to me like that's Sean Golden, the gentleman in the burgundy cap, on the far right side.
The gentleman in the burgundy cap.
It's the boat speed race as they leg it out. I think still advantage to Stanford, though. They look pretty wound up on port. Stanford in red, Georgetown in blue. Meanwhile, those of you that were wondering, Yale still has a 1-2-4 in the other race, so nothing to see there. Everybody's still just holding on port. Lots of port. Is that typical of the sea breeze here, Nick, that it swing left as the evening goes on? Here we go, big cross. Stanford gets it. Both Stanford's boats crossing on the right side.
That's somewhat interesting tack. One more cleanup, perhaps. Stanford gonna bring this one home.